Welcome to the It's Culture Podcast. My name is Mark Stevenson, and I'm the host of the It's Culture Podcast. Tonight we're gonna discuss this incident that happened last weekend in regards to Roda Bashe or Roda Osman, or whatever you want to call her. The young, I'm not even gonna say young, but the Somali woman who alleged that she was hit with a brick in the face at a club by a black man simply because she didn't want to give up the phone number. Please take a minute to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Help me grow it. And if you like the content, please give me a thumbs up or some comments. Let me know if there's something you want me to cover. And I promise you, I'm going to bring you content every single week in regards to what you say. I'll leave the email address in the bio, the link at the bottom, so you'll be able to send me whatever you want me to cover. So let's dive deep into this. So last weekend, we already know the viral video that went online of Roda Bashe. That's her social media handle. And she went viral because of a TikTok video where she alleged that she was assaulted at a club, and simply because she didn't give up a phone number, she alleged that she got assaulted and hit with a brick. And she was outside. There were men around, and she was yelling and cursing at them, telling them that she's not being protected. And that video went viral. It had a viral moment. It was talked about on outlets. It was talked about on the Breakfast Club. I think Foxo did a piece on it. You had social media influencers all over the country chiming in. Shade Room did a post about it. And full disclosure, I don't subscribe to any man putting his hands on any woman. Let's get that out there right now, right? But what's odd about this story is we saw a video where she alleged that she got assaulted. We never saw the video of the assault. And she said the black men out there didn't protect her. So she berated them and chastised them. And the guys were like, what we were supposed to do? It was a real bad look, right? Real bad look. But what was very, very strange about this whole situation was the police was never called. Police was never called, but a GoFundMe ended up getting created to help her with her medical bills and things like that. People donated. Within hours, it was over. I think she had like maybe 1,400 people donated. She wanted $25,000. She was able to get like $41,000 for medical bills. But there was no police report. There was no evidence that we later found out. There was no evidence. There was literally no evidence that this even happened. The owner of the club came out, said that there was no video proof that she was assaulted by anybody, and there was no police report. Now, what was odd about this, and you know, let's be real. If you get hit upside the head with a brick, any imminent object, yes, you're gonna swell up, but it's gonna be very, very hard for you to talk. Especially if you hit inside the side of the head with a brick, you can get concussed by taking a shot to the temple. You can get concussed. You can get knocked out by getting hit across your jawline. So the idea that she didn't collapse and fall to the ground and whatever made it a little odd. And when I first saw the video, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I ain't believe it at all. I didn't believe one bit of it. I was like, something about this don't seem right. Now I don't, like I said earlier, I don't condone violence against women, but this situation did not seem right. And I don't know any person that would go live after being assaulted without calling the police. She said the man jumped in the car and left. She never screenshot the tag, any of that stuff. So throughout the week, a lot of people started doing some digging. And you know how the app known as X, formerly known as Twitter, you get these detectives start looking into people's behavior because it doesn't seem right. And lo and behold, some things came to light. But it also goes to the narrative of who was supposed to be protected. And be perfectly honest, Good Samaritans really always come up on the short end of the stick. We've seen Black men get involved in other people's domestic disputes and lose their lives because of it. We saw one in Fort Worth, Texas, or down by in Texas. We saw another one about a year ago in Chicago. Good Samaritans getting involved in somebody's domestic affairs, losing their lives. And for the protection from a man, most men look at it as the protection goes to the mother, their sisters, their wives, and their daughters. That is the circle of the protection. Now, if we out hanging out and you're a part of the crew, something happens, of course you're gonna get protected. That's because you're part of that circle. You're in part of that intimate circle. But 9 times out of 10, they'll probably try to break it up, but they're not gonna be trying to intervene because we don't know how especially in today's society, you never know what people are capable of or what they got. And I for one ain't losing my life for nobody but my mom, my sister, my wife, and my daughters. That's it. My family, that's it. And so, but like I said, it goes to the other narrative of who deserves protection. And because of this situation here, this sparked a lot of outrage on social media. A lot of people had stuff to say. You saw, you know, uh, folks, women, the feminists, Black feminists saying, this goes to the narrative that Black men don't protect Black women. We're supposed to trust Black women. And then once all of the investigation started happening, the tone started to change a lot on social media. And by midweek, those comments wasn't coming out no more. They weren't there no more. Like, you didn't see them. And one particular thing that was very, very odd was that I'm going to show you this. And shout out to at Celeb ID. Her name is Daphne. She's an accountability queen. So shout out to her because I'm going to use her content here real quick to show you what happened. So I want y'all to see this. Look at these GoFundMes. Look at the GoFundMes. Look at them. A young Black Muslim single mother was viciously assaulted by private security in Minneapolis, sustaining multiple facial contusions. She was asking for $5,100. And then you see the GoFundMe at the bottom, help her recover. That's the one we was talking about. Kind of the same tune, right? Kind of the same tune, right? Kind of that same tune. You see it. And it kind of makes you wonder what was going on. But it gets better. It gets so much better. Not only did she have that, but she also got a PPP loan, which she said it was male owned, but she was self-employed individual, but the company was owned by a man. don't understand how, because she's a woman, how she getting PPP loans, but she got about $5,000 in the PPP loan on a mail-on business. You know, and then we have this, the PPP loan checker. Look at it. Matter of fact, she got 2 PPP loans for the exact same amount, months apart from each other. One in March of 2021, the other one in April of 2021. Both for the same tune. She got about $10,000 in PPP loans. Now, as I said earlier, I don't subscribe to the ideas of putting your hands on women, but this right here, this is breeding a scam. This is a scam. This woman has scammed her way into money. We're being told that this is what happens. You know, this is what happens when things don't go to people's way. This is what happens. $40,000 has got a scam. And you have people who are in the medical field who have come out and say her injuries are consistent with someone who had an allergic reaction to something. Allergic reaction. She said she got now. I want to show you this. Shout out to Sonya Bell for this. She created this one, but I want you to see this. You see, right? I want you to see right there around her face, right there on the side, right here on the temple side. If you get hit right here, that's your temple. If you get hit right there with an imminent object, with any type of force, if it's a clean flush hit, you're going down. That is a pressure point, and that can darn near kill you. The fact that this woman said she got hit with a brick and was able to be walking around, not dazed, not knocked out, not on the ground, not needing medical assistance, not needing all of that, should have made people realize that this woman was lying from the get-go. And it's not about not believing Black women. It's not about protecting Black women. This is about someone who is lying and gaining the system for their own financial gain, using Black men as a rallying cry to feminists all across this country, using what she's seeing on social media, this divide that people want to have between Black men and Black women, which I think is the dumbest thing in the world, because we're both suffering under the system of white supremacy. Neither one of us is benefiting from it. And she's gaining the system. And there's real women out here who are being abused, who are not being protected, who need protection. And then you got her out here doing this stuff for a bag. Now, 3 different separate GoFundMes, 2 PPP loans for a company that does not exist. This woman is a scammer. She's a liar. She has been doing this for years. This is not her first rodeo. And if we don't start to show due diligence and do our own discernment when it comes to these things, we're going to continue to see people gain the system for financial gain. We're going to continue to see people utilize social media as a rallying cry and dog whistle their way into a bag. We have to stop this. The very first thing that should have happened was people should have called for the police report. You out there screaming, because the thing is, if you have gotten assaulted, the first thing you doing is calling the police. Why wasn't the police called ever? That should have been right off the rip. That should have been number one. What people should have been looking at is, why wasn't the police called? You got all this time to get on social media. You got all this time to make TikTok videos, but not one time did you make your way to the police station or call the police to tell them what exactly was going on. And nobody sees that as an issue. Nobody sees that as a problem, but it's going on. And she is good at this. She's gotten very, very good at this. She did it in Minnesota. Now she's doing it in Texas. And she got everybody. She scammed everybody. She scammed all these celebs. She scammed the Shade Room. The Shade Room actually took their post down. I guess after they figured out that, posting things without actually verifying that it actually happened is not good business practice, right? You don't never share anything without actually doing some due diligence. In the era of AI uh, and a bunch of fake news, people can make things appear. So you got to be very, very careful now when you decide to jump on the side of someone just because you saw something. You got to do your due diligence. And that goes for anything that's dealing with Black people in general. We cannot be out here just beating the drum, being Trojan horses, and we don't know exactly what the heck is going on at all. Don't know what's going on, haven't, especially because no one knows this woman. So I can see why those men that were standing out there in the video, they said, what are we supposed to do? Right. Because where she took the video at was not where where she was said she was at. The club was actually across the street. And the club owner has come out and said that there is no video evidence that anyone assaulted this woman. They have looked at every single camera angle. There's not one single video that shows that she was ever hit by anybody, especially with a brick. Because I'm pretty sure if she would have got hit with a brick and with other people out there, somebody would have did something. You're not gonna sit there and tell me not one single person stepped in, not one. But we also have seen videos of her walking around, harassing men, going up to them with her camera, saying whatever she wants to, smacking them around. And then she comes on the camera and says she's never done anything like this. This lady is a liar. She's a cheat. She's a scammer. And it's time that we stop all these gender wars, because all this is doing is driving the algorithms. That is it. As long as we can keep Black men and Black women divided, the algorithm is winning. They want us to be pitted against each other. They don't want us united. Why? Because if we're united, then there ain't really nothing that we can't stand against together. We can fight white supremacy, but we need everybody to be on board. We can't just be out here just, 1 week is Black men ain't crap. They're not protectors. They're trash and all this. And then the next week is we need Black men to be protectors. No. Are there men out there that are there Black men that are abusive? Yeah. Come on, let's be honest. There are some men out there, but you cannot put that on an entire population of men. You can't. We have to start dealing with people as individuals, not as a community, as a monolith, as individuals. This is individual accountability. This has nothing to do with a collective, because when we do things in the macro, we don't get to address it in the micro like it's supposed to be addressed. When we look at things from a 30,000 foot level and we try to put everybody in, then the conversation goes away, because not all men act the same. We are all individuals. We all have free will. We all have the right to discern. We all have our own judgment, and we got our own character and morals. You talk about the men that you deal with and the women that you deal with, and that is it. You cannot put this on everybody, because not everybody acts the same. And it's high time that we stop this mess online with the gender wars, because it's not helping us none. All this is doing is driving wedges, and all these social media sites, they know how to trick their algorithms to make this stuff appear in your feed. They already have AI that's doing this, putting content together to put in front of you so you can look at it. They're socially engineering you in a way for you to think, act, and subscribe to a certain ideology. And they're putting that stuff in front of you so you can see it every single day. So if you constantly seeing this, then of course you think that this is the way it is. But it's not. It is not. This woman needs to be held accountable. She needs to be held accountable. Matter of fact, she needs to be arrested. Because she is defrauding the system, and I'm glad that GoFundMe, the CEO of GoFundMe, is looking into this to stop this. I'm pretty sure she's already extracted the money out of the account because 41,000 ain't too many people letting that sit in the account too long. But this woman has been doing this, and I'm pretty sure she's probably trying to figure out what her next scam gonna be. She just got 40K. Some people in the Black community don't even make that in a year. She got that in 5 days. We gotta stop being so quick to give our money to causes that we have no idea about just because we saw something online. So that's the video for tonight. Told you it was going to be a short one. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe. And let's get the comments going. Tell me what you think about this story. Do you believe her after everything that came out? Or are you on the side of me that didn't believe it at all? And with that, peace and love, and we'll see you next week.